Mohammed Abu Eqtaish. He is the Accountability Program Director at Defense for Children International-Palestine. He joins us live now, also from Ramallah in the occupied West Bank. Thank you so much for being with us on the program. Let's start off with the prisoners that have been released. How many of them are facing charges, and what kind of legal representation have they had until their release?
Basically, the majority of Palestinian children who are arrested and prosecuted by the Israeli military are charged with throwing stones towards the Israeli authorities. And in order to level charges against them, they pass through harsh ill treatment and torture in order to extract confessions from them. And these confessions will be used by the military court as the primary evidence against them. In case the Israeli authorities were unable to extract confessions from them to be used by the military courts, the Israeli military commander of the area may issue administrative detention orders against them, which is detention without charges, without court proceedings. So this year, there was spike in the number of Palestinian children placed under administrative detention. Since the beginning of the year until now, around 30 Palestinian children were placed under administrative detention, and in some cases, some Palestinians were charged in the Israeli military court system, and the judge find no way in order to charge and convict them. So the military judge released them,
Right.
but the prosecution asked to delay the implementation of this verdict until they issue administrative detention order against them.
Right. Isra Jabis was among the women that were released. You've probably heard of her. And for those who haven't, she was released during this truce, but has been held in an Israeli prison for the last 8 years. And before she was arrested, she had suffered from severe burns all over her body, including in her face, and 8 of her fingers were amputated due to those burns. Israel had accused her of wanting to carry out a terror attack. It's a charge that she denies. After she was imprisoned, she was denied medical care for those burns. And when she was released, she said that she left many girls, many children, crying in fear of their safety. Jabis is only one of the hundreds of Palestinians facing these dire conditions in Israeli prisons, as we've seen in reports from the likes of Amnesty International.
According to the information that DCI Palestine collect on regular basis, almost all Palestinian children who are interrogated by the Israeli authorities exposed to different types of ill treatment and torture in order to extract confessions from them. Some of these forms could rely on physical violence against Palestinian children, and the other could deploy psychological methods like threatening, intimidating, and placing children in solitary confinement in a cell that measure 1 by 2 meters without having any interaction with any human being. So this type of treatment will leave effect on the psychological well-being of Palestinian children, whether while they are serving their sentences inside Israeli prisons or after being released from prison, because the whole experience is designed in a way in order to attack the psychological well-being of everybody who passed through this experience, and the impact of children is more severe, and
Right.
that everybody who passed through this experience will be affected psychologically, and it depends on the age of the child when he was arrested, the types of treatment and torture employed against him, and the period spent inside Israeli prisons.
I want to talk about an Amnesty report that that came out in recent times, saying that Israel uses unlawful administrative detention where Palestinians are being detained with no charges against them, no trial, and this process can be renewed indefinitely.
That's true, and this is a very good example to show the arbitrariness of the Israeli military legal system in dealing with Palestinians who are prosecuted in this system, despite the fact that the whole system is arbitrary because it doesn't aim to maintain justice, but to suppress and control people who are living under the Israeli occupation. And you can imagine that everybody who appear before the Israeli military legal system, at the end of this process, he or she will be convicted. So the conviction rate of the Israeli military legal system, it's almost 100%. So it's like a factory that you put charges from that side and receive punishment from the other side.
All right, and Abu Eqtaish, thank you so much for being with us here on the NewsHour and sharing that analysis with us. We appreciate it.